good as you might be, on any given game, I might get that really great ball and beat you. It's a give and take with it. It beats you up and you beat it up in a way, but I think it's in a respectful way. You know, you come back again and say, I'm going to get this thing, and I'm going to master this, and I'm going to get better at it. And the more you play, the better you get. So that's pretty cool.
We're going to go see Jersey Jack Pinball. They're working on a new table for the Wizard of Oz. This is pretty big deal. There haven't been a lot of pinball tables made since the 80s. Only Stern Pinball has been making them, I guess, the last decade or so. So this is going to be all brand new, and we're going to be one of the first people to see it.
For many years, pinball was at the top of its game, so to speak. But of course, like all things, it suffered a slump. Kids got into the video games and the home video. But in the last several years, I've seen it make a big comeback because of all the theme games. And if you want a theme game, the Wizard of Oz, there couldn't be anything better than that. So I think this is going to be the start of a real renaissance for pinball.
In 1975, I took a temporary job, what I thought would be a temporary job, repairing electromechanical pinball machines. And here I am, you know, 37 years later. What we decided to do in the beginning was we were going to build the greatest pinball machine ever, right? Because we're not going to go to mediocrity. Let's go to our way to third place, you know? So you have to be passionate, you have to be committed completely. Every molecule in your body has to say, you're going to do this, you're going to achieve this, you're going to succeed.
Jack is my dad, so he owned arcades and we had pinball machines in my basement my whole life and all that, so I was very exposed to it.
You'll see my son here and you'll see my daughter here. You know, Jen works for the company, she's worked for my companies for several years. Jack graduates from Westchester University on Sunday, and after the Christmas break, he starts with the company. And I didn't know that that would be a dynamic. I didn't know that that would even be something in the thought process that they would be involved. But it is very cool.
Big family affair. And then my uncle works in the back, my cousin's husband as well, so they do parts and everything. So.
If you have any links in the chain that don't believe in what you're doing, or they don't want to work really hard at it, it's not going to work. If you can't have fun working in a pinball factory, you can't have fun anywhere, and they have to have fun doing this too.
One day they were asking about slogans for the company, and I put on there Jack of all trades, master of fun, and he really liked it. He licensed it, and it's on all the games now. So that kind of got me in the door. And I started talking to him about doing board repair and things like that, and he saw that I had a real passion for the game, for a love for pinball, and wanted to be part of something like this in the startup. So he gave me the opportunity of a lifetime.
I found out about Jersey Jack from the Spooky Pinball podcast the day he announced that he was going to make Wizard of Oz pinball machine. Even though I wasn't really ever in the market for a new in-box pinball machine, I figured, you know, what the hell?
Everybody knows Wizard of Oz. You can't go anywhere without a Wizard of Oz reference anymore on TV and things like that. So this is just fantastic that you can, you know, be so recognizable.
We wanted to have a lot of mechanical toys on the game, interaction with the ball with toys. We wanted to have a loaded game, so we had to do a wide body game to give it more room, give Joe Balser and the other guys room to design and be free. This is what happens when the guy that owns the company doesn't say no. You can't do that. You know, the word was yes. And how?
Usually you have product and then you sell the product. So this is like we had an idea and so many people, you know, had faith in us.
I felt really great that people would believe in me and then other people in our team, and that we would sell 1,000 games that nobody ever played or nobody ever saw.
I think this game can do a lot more than any other game probably, you know, yet. I could just really see, like, you know, the kids having a lot of fun with this when they come over, just on the surface of just how it looks. If they, you know, they're not going to know about rules really, or, you know, how deep the game is, or, you know, how far they are along the quest. You know, they just like, you know, I think they're going to really like it.
Pinball really is poised for a comeback, but it's poised for new generations to discover it. And our game, when you see it, you know it's a brand new game because it's got all this striking eye candy that right away you walk over to it and everybody has this holy cow moment. They say, I got to play this, I got to put money in this and play it.
If you want to know what my favorite pinball machine up to now was, it's the Addams Family, naturally. But this, I mean, I really can't judge this just from looking at it for a little while, but this might be bigger than the Addams Family, who knows?